Hello everyone, it's KWS here once again, and as you can see, today we're looking at this Canon FAX-B360. I believe it's a fax machine or something like that. Today we're actually making an autopsy video, so we're gonna actually take it apart so you can see what's inside this piece of junk, and I'm trying to salvage some parts of it. So let's get started. Let's look at the front side first. As you can see, we have a bunch of buttons with numbers and letters. We have R. It's I don't actually know what it is. It's a recall. Then we have some kind of other button, then we have linking button, then we have call button, then we have cancel, and it's a question actually. That's front, back, up and down buttons. Then we have the phone button, some kind of button that I don't know. Then we have some lights, that's the paper light. That's the grid lights, both. Then we have the tape button. Does it have a tape in it? Wow, that's kind of interesting. It's like the same that the tape recorder actually has. And then we have then we're gonna see. And then we have the phone line button with LED. Then we have some buttons that are probably for selecting those things, and then we have the power light, and then we have like 16 buttons that I have no idea what they're used to. So yeah, that's kind of interesting. Then we have more lights and buttons, online button, and LED LF and FF. That I don't know those, and SHQ and printing error button, and then we have a print button, and oh, that's not a button. And then we have this LCD screen actually. This thing over here, this one, it's a speaker button. Oh yes, yes it is. And then we have the phone line on and off button that actually cuts off the line. Okay, then we had the paper size thingy that actually moves. Oh, that's bad sound. Then we have something over here. Paper probably goes in here. So yes, and then we have that one. That's the printing head. It's a double layer actually. It can print both sides, so that's kind of neat. But we're gonna break it down! So yes. Then we have a couple of rollers and some sensors, and a drive wheel for the printing head and printing cable. So yes. At the sides we have the power connection, and at the bottom we don't have nothing actually. On this side we have a couple of potentiometers, or no, those are just screws. So let's take them out then. Oh, they're really long ones. So those screws can be really useful. Maybe I can make some thumb screws out of those. So those go there, and that goes to the crap. We have a parallel port over here, that's the female connection. Then we have the phone line in, phone line out, and L. That's for some kind of other line. All of those are the same size, so that's kind of interesting. Our speaker is right over here, I think, but the other side doesn't have shit. So yes. I think we're missing something. I think in here there should be a tape for the printer or something. Or actually, or is the paper? No, I don't have a clue. I don't have no idea. So, oh yes, that's okay. Let's break it apart. So, what do we have here? Phillips head. I actually have taken a bunch of those. So yes. Oh. No, so as you can see, I need to bring my knife. Actually, be right back. Okay, I found my knife, and now actually I'm not gonna break it apart, just not yet, because I wanna power it on and I wanna see what the hell is gonna do, what's the piece of junk is going to do to me, and for a viewing pleasure. So I have the power connection. So, and oh my god. So I'm gonna. So, oh yeah, that's really nice. Oh, that's kind of interesting. I have to actually take my thing. So, what the hell did it do? So, can you see it, or can you not? That's a funny sound. So, 21:02. That's the date of today, and that's probably the time. Oh, my hand's shaking kind of a lot. So I'm gonna put it back. So I'm gonna use that shit piece of wing on it. So yes, it's oh, I have to go blind. That's the date of today actually. So yes. Oh, we have a. See, we have a. Oh yes. We have some kind of a. Ah, that's the power light actually. Check what? Check recall paper. Oh shit. So yes. Oh yeah. See that? That's kind of neat. So what's that? Oh, that's funny. That's kind of interesting, isn't it? So those aren't doing what? Those aren't doing anything. Oh, it's oh, it has a LED on it. Nice. Okay. Yeah. So let's take a number. So I'm actually gonna put it up once more because there's some really interesting things you see. That's going to happen. See that? That's nice. Why are you twitching so much? So online button and So that's that. So let's keep on taking it apart. So yes, like that. That's nice. We're gonna take it apart. So I actually brought my knife. It's Gerber knife time. So let's cut this piece of crap open. Oh, actually, I may not have to do it. There's one more of those screws. Let's take it apart. So, I actually like those fax machines. I have actually one of my own that's kind of troubling right now. It has some problems with the belts and like that. So let's take out the first part. Oh, we're missing some screws actually. I guess we have to take the screws out for the first thing. So let's take all visible screws out so I can actually go and take something out of it. I may find some really interesting parts, like some circuit boards and some motors and stepper motors to be precise. So, oh, see, it has some kind of a gear, and it's some kind of hard plastic roller, I guess. And there's the locking nut for that one. So I'm not gonna keep it. So we have some screws at the back as well. So let's take those out. Both sides have actually one. It's actually the first video that I do in another language, so it might seem a bit funny for you. So yeah, look at that. Isn't that nice? That's some serious shit. It's some serious hoax. And oh, look at that. We have. Let's disconnect it. See, it's a tiny little speaker actually. It's 16 ohms. It's 0.2 watts actually, and I'm probably going to keep it. So yes, that's a nice one. And there's actually 2 screws, so I'm gonna keep those too. So yes, nice one. So over there. So that's crap and that's crap. What I'm actually going to do now, I'm gonna disconnect right now, and I'm gonna take some parts out of it, and I'm gonna show you what I found inside. So wait a couple of moments, and then we continue. So as you can see, I haven't gotten a lot out of it. So I actually had some quite interesting things. For now I can show you some of them, like that. That's the ink pad. That's the pad that actually scrapes or collects the ink that has gone leaked out or something, and it actually collects it. So that's the dirtiest part of the whole machine, but it's gonna go out. So far I have only found 2 gears, and this, as you can see, it's a Canon BX2. It's a ink tape, and probably that's the symbol of ink tape, or I'm not so sure right now. So yeah, I think it's quite empty right now. So, and it's quite dried up, so that's going to scrap. I'm not gonna need it. Also, I found this. It's a rust-proof steel actually. It's really good, but I can actually use it because one end it has a screw hole, and I can use it for my HHO generator project. So yes, it's really good. I would love to see a second one of those too. So yes, so far I have actually found like some sensors. That's the infrared sensor with a nice cable on it, so that's going there. This is the infrared sensor with the receiver on one side. The sender is here and receiver is that one over here. Then we have some pressure switches and one more of those receiver transmitter thingies. So, and I found two of those. Those are the stepper motors. That's the 24 volt one, and that's the 12 volt one. So volt. Yes. So two stepper motors. If anyone has interest in those, I can give it to you. So that's no problem. They're made by Mitsubishi, actually. The same company that makes cars. Almost the same company. It has actually a second part of it. So yes, it's 77 ohm and this is 30 ohm one. So those are the finds for now. I'm gonna take a little break and I'm gonna come back a little while when I have taken most of the circuit boards and gears and stuff out. I have actually one more of those stepper motors, so you can ask me for those if you have an interest in, or you want something else. So be right back. So now I want to show you something really nice called the gearbox, actually, of all of this system. So let's go like this. So look at all of those gears. Ain't that crazy? It's crazy, man. And all of those gears are actually driven by this motor over here, this stepper motor, and that drives like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Like 15 of those little gears over here, and as you can see, it's turning a bit over there, or no, it doesn't. So I have to like turn it, like, look at that. Isn't that nice? It's a bit over white probably, but as I'm turning this one, it turns that and that over there, and this, and it goes right from the back of it to the front. So, wow, I'm really surprised actually. I thought it would be like this one drives all of it here, and those other ones drive only this part, but actually this drives actually all of the paper inlet and outlet. So wow, I'm so surprised. That's the power cable actually, and that's ground. So I'm gonna keep on doing that. So now it's the time to finish it off, and let's see what kind of parts did we get. So first we have the front panel. As you can see, we have a lot of buttons, a LCD screen, as mentioned before, a couple of, actually there's loads of LEDs, like 10 or about 10 LEDs, and then we have some integrated circuits. Those are Toshiba circuits, both of those, and that one is a Canon part. So then we have some ribbon cables, some ordinary cables, some mono cables. Those are for ground usually. Then we have some connection cables. that's for the servo, or the what's that name that I'm looking for? It's for the stepper motor. Then we have a ribbon cable with a ferrite core. That's kind of useful. It prevents some information loss or outside problems. So let's have, here we have the power connector, like a computer power supply has, and it has some nice cables, so that will be used again, and it has a nice connector, so that will be used. Then we have the circuit board for the connections that are coming in, the parallel port and the phone lines, and it has a nice connection and some couple of wires. I can use it for some kind of purpose. I'm not sure or for what, but if someone wants some of those parts, you can just tell me. Then we have a nice belt with some grooves on it, so yeah, that's a nice one, nice strong thing. So then we have some rollers. Actually we have like every kind of rollers you can imagine, like those plastic ones. We have like 3 of those with oh crap. Yes, a shaft. Then we have like some foamy things. That's a rough foam with a gear on it. Then we have only one. That's kind of neat, because if you turn it one way like that, you can turn it, but you can turn it, it locks itself if you want to turn like that. So it's like a wrench. So then we have a smaller one, like that one with a gear, and that one either. So that's that. Then we have one more cable and a little squeaky speaker like that, and non-mentioning connection, and that's the main gearbox of this whole system. So yes, and it has a stepper motor that works on 27.6 volts. Step degree is 7.5, coil is 18 ohms. Serial number, if anyone's interested, is 5C01. So if someone wants some parts, so you can comment on this video. And that's kind of nice part. It's the scanning part that like a scanner has. It scans the paper with this golden part over here, and then sends the signal out here. And only it doesn't need light to see the things that are written on paper. So yes, then we have a large circuit board that's compact with some Canon, and one more Canon, integrated circuit boards, by integrated circuits. You can call them ICBMs or ICs for short. We have those connections for those ribbon cables, and the model number is HH1-196302. It's made in Japan, of course. So we have some sockets for integrated circuit boards, like that one and this one, and then we have some capacitors and some others integrate, some other ICs. That's the main chip probably, and then we have like a clock battery for keeping the time, because as we noticed when we started it up, it had the right date of today, so yes, that's quite nice. So then we have some smaller circuit boards. That's one for the printing head. It has a servo driver. Servo drivers are those three ones. Then we have the voltage regulators, two of those, and then we have the connections for the motors. Then we have the one more circuit board. It has like a couple of R2 and R1. Those are resistors probably. Then we have some ICs and only a couple of two connections. Then we have two transformers and a couple of relays, like that one and this one and that one. Oh, that's not relay. That's integrated coil. Then we have some switches, like those little ones, those yellow ones. That one over here, and those, and bigger switches like that one over here. So those are the relays and couple of bigger capacitors, and that's actually an IC. This you can see it's like orange or something. That's an old style IC. And finally we have, oh, not finally, actually we have one of those foamy rollers. So that's nice for like a wheel, because it has a gears over here, so it can basically be used like a wheel of some kind. So yes, and then we have the power supply. As you can see, we have some that's a filter capacitor for the line in. Then we have a bridge rectifier that converts AC to DC. Then we have some AC capacitors, those black ones. Then we have the couple of transformers that actually are bypass transformers. They're meant for smoothing out incoming voltage, so it won't go up and down randomly. Then we have the fuse. That's like fuse 1. It actually has probably multiple fuses, but I don't see no one. I don't see any. It's the only fuse. It's 2.5 amps and 250 volts, and that's the power line in connection, and that's the main transformer. Then we have some FEC, a couple of transistors, and then we have lots of capacitors and some voltage regulators that are 7, 8, 12 volts and something like that. I can actually use it because there's not a lot to connect here, so, or I just will cut that and I'm gonna take the parts out so I can use it for other projects, or I can make a power supply out of it. So that's it for today. KWS says goodbye, and we'll see another time. So don't forget to subscribe and leave your comments below.